They have updated this, that's for sure. Oh no, is the new guy here? Yes! This is new. This is new to me. No, we're doing perkless at the start. None of this. Let's just go. I gotta turn off the music. They don't have voice acting for this? They had voice acting for the other ones. Actions speak louder than words. So while you gambled and drank your way through every dive bar this side of the sea, your parents cleaned up after you, eager to keep the family name out of ledgers. Meanwhile, your siblings flourished. Thero, the baby, grew out of diapers and into the Merchant's Guild, keeping his skin oiled. Mullafi, your twin sister, sharpened her teeth at the Admiralty, swimming up the ranks like a sharp-toothed eel. And Vix Malley, the eldest, became a Hessian cardinal. Guess those family tithes paid off. Middle one's Admiralty. Maybe? I don't even know which one's which. They'd probably go left to right. This is Merchant's Guild. This is Admiralty. This is Hessian Cardinal. So at least when your parents finally died, they had 3 other broodlings to be proud of. But when you came home to claim your inheritance, it turns out that your parents weren't the only ones to feel resentful. So your brothers and sisters don't like you, and your parents are dead, and you get no inheritance. You're thrown from your house like yesterday's curtains, left to mold in a heap. They roughed you up good enough to leave you seeing stars, so you take a rare moment to think things through. What are these? Grafts, okay. This ain't the first time you've woken up in a ditch, but it might be the first time it actually hurt. Okay, do we want a negotiation or a combat card? Let's go negotiation. Should have been simple. You showed up for what's yours and your siblings all threw you out. Before you could string 2 spits together, your baby brother talked twisters around you. So I haven't seen the negotiation deck. I don't care to see it. I like going in blind. Draw 3 cards but discard 2 random cards from your hand. Force all enemy intents and arguments to target one of your arguments. That's pretty good. Expend a card in your hand. All other cards in your hand gain 2 damage until played. I like that. Might be a good idea to plate your tongue with silver at least. Dust yourself off, though your clothes are already worn from the road. Usually there'd be no one around, but the season's statues gawk at your disgrace. I don't even understand this English. But the streets don't look the same as you remember, with patch-elbowed grifters loitering nearby. There's no way they could all be here for your parents' funeral, right? Even when your brother Vix was anointed into the cult, they couldn't pay this many peasants to look happy about it. Before, you entered by the front entrance, elbowing your way through the crowd. This time, though, you head around the back. But an out-of-place Admiralty guard blocks your way. Hold it right there, Grifter. The captain has given me license to beat you down again if you need it. Tima. Oh, there's voices. If you know who I am, you know I ain't no grifter. This is my house. Not anymore, it ain't. Besides, I've been stationed here for 5 years, and this is the first time I've seen you. I had better things to do than let my glands harden around the stump, didn't I? Now let me through. Absolutely not. You work for Mullafi, yeah? My sister gave me an invite weeks ago. She wanted me here, so let me back in. She also gave you a knockdown. Unfortunately, plans have changed. You're not welcome here by any of your siblings. Kradeshi politics are never kind, but to be disowned by your own brood, that must sting. It'd take time and self-reflection to notice where your feelings are at, and you'd rather avoid it altogether. That That entire box right there reminds me of Elysium. What was it? Disco Elysium, which is what David wants me to play. You notice a box just inside the estate gates, a glint of precious metals catching your eye. Looks like some of the heirlooms from your parents' vacation home. Yeah, we're gonna demand one of the heirlooms. You expect me to walk away empty-handed? My parents are dead and I've got brood rights. Rights to that box, for instance. Tima glances over her shoulder in surprise. Seems the box was overlooked. No one here cares about your damn rights. I'm doing you a favor by turning you away like this. Well, we're gonna threaten her. I've tussled with switches before, you know, once, only they weren't cozied up in the suburbs and they knew how to throw a punch. Okay, so this is how the game is played. They're trying to get my main argument down to 0. I'm trying to get theirs down to 0. This is their intent. They will hit my main argument for 4 with, it doesn't even have a name. Doesn't matter. Oh, so this is an interesting mechanic. I've never seen this before. It must only be for this guy. This card has an additional effect if you have enough renown. If I have renowned 2, increase the damage of this card by 2. When destroyed, deal 1 damage to your core argument per stack of renown. At the end of your turn, this deals 1 damage for every 2 stacks to a random argument. At the start of your turn, renown is reduced. Okay, so renown is a different argument. Okay. Bravado. This card deals bonus damage equal to the number of hostility cards played in a row this turn. 3. Composure is block for against arguments. At the end of your turn, incept 2 intimidated to our opponent. So I can expend, like, maybe intimidate. We have 3 actions. I can expend maybe intimidate, because I don't care about intimidated being in here. That's fine. We haven't built our deck around intimidation yet. Intimidate is great. It's basically our hostility cards deal 1 additional damage, but anytime we play a card that's not hostility, intimidate goes down. So if we forego to intimidate, these will get more damage, which we should play. There. I still think we should put some composure on our core argument. And like we could basically almost get 5 if we're lucky. So there's no reason not to play brag. We got 4. That's good. So the other part of this is, see these little lines underneath the name of the card? This is experience. Cards gain experience the more you play them. So the cards you play that have these lines, the more you play them. If I played this card 6 times, it would level up, and you can choose between 2 different modifiers to add to it. It's such a good game. Planted evidence. When this argument is destroyed, deal 2 damage to me. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Gain 2 renown, draw a card, and then this goes up. This is super dying. Oh, we should have killed this. Steal 10 shills from me. No, that's not happening. Alright, we got a few different things we need to do here. So every damage you do during a negotiation, which is what this is not combat, this is just like sparring with words. Every damage you do over normal damage or over the thing goes to the core argument. So honestly, I think we bravado this. We perfect or protect our renown. And then get more experience on this one. Yeah, that's good. Alright, we've got 2 damage incoming, but we're protecting it with 3. And then we're just gonna probably try to kill you this turn. Good night. So we get a new negotiation card. Remove a friendly argument. Gain renown equal to its maximum resolve. So there's a renown bonus. Gain 3 renown for 0. Can only be played if you have no renown. That's interesting. Apply 3 composure to a random friendly argument and force all enemy intents and arguments to target it. Let's try to go for this. Incredulous seems like the easiest to actually make work. You want to see what your blood looks like here on the nice flagstone? Tell you from experience that stuff is a pain to get out. Maybe you are that intimidating, or maybe she doesn't want to risk a riot. Fine, but if the bank quads notice anything missing, they'll learn you're a thief as well as a disgrace. You rummage through the box, most of it's forgettable, but there's one heirloom you'd like to keep. So Graph Slot is actually nice. These are like the passives in like Slay the Spire. And getting a free Graph Slot, because normally adding a slot costs you a bunch of health. So we're going to do that. That's like, it's worth the most. You take what's yours, or at least the only thing you're allowed. Now leave. Let's not get too deep into this. I don't think I'm playing all night. Fine, I don't need this dump. I traveled the world. It's not the same developer, no. But like, honestly, I respect when like games like it might be a nod to like Slay the Spire, it might be a nod to other deck builders. It's just like, hey, we're like doing the same thing, we're doing it differently, but like you guys have made a good system, like why would we screw with it, sort of thing. I respect that a great deal. Okay, so then oftentimes you're offered different options on the world screen, like you can go to here or you can go to a different place, but early in the story you're often forced on a path before you get to choose. So we gotta go, this is probably going to be our home base. We go to the bar and we rent a bed, etc. The hideaway isn't your first choice, but it's the only one that doesn't have a bouncer at the door keeping pilgrims, in quotations, away. Inside, the air is humid and heavy, the way most Kradeshi like it. You take a deep breath to coat your lungs, and for the first time you actually feel at home. I'm not gonna read the rest. I'm having actual trouble reading.
Sahulkia. Shapiusha.
Shot the shell. The Kiwala.
Shakunapa. Kinsuha.
You know this guy. We know this guy.
Shiokatsa.
Sushiata. Sin Sukelsia. Tiokon Show.
Offer to help your old friend.
Pansoshoa.
Kishahal.
Dalosaki.
Yats.
Bashalsye.
Sweet Marif doesn't seem to agree.
Keshanatia. Tansa Pikana.
Siaputia.
Shosasil.
Okay, so now we get to choose between two different quests. This is a negotiation quest. We get the sequencer card. Restore all uses to an item card in hand. I don't like that card. We don't have any item cards. This is like a prep. Rare imports is a battle and negotiation. We get to restore 30 health or 15 result. Like, this still helps us more. We get the same amount of shills, which is money.
Pasukoba.
Kokoshe. Sepiana.
Koasol Juan. Lushelko. Kolsaso.
Shiasak Zikipa.
Teltitape.
We're doing it, and we'll restore our resolve,
Sakache.
which is basically the health for negotiation.
Sitamokolte. Sukioko.
Miyasashiasu.
Let's do the quest. Oh, and often when you're on your way to a quest, you get interrupted.
Shashopopa.
What do you mean derelict in my services to Hesh? Hesh is the cult. So they're the cult of Hesh. The cult's god of the abyss, believed to live deep under the ocean. Cthulhu, basically. And I respect that because I love the Cthulhu mythos.
Sopetate. Kepiakiol.
Oh, you want money? It's either fighter and negotiation. We'll do negotiation. We can beat the shit out of you. So you're deploying arguments.
Dikyuhosa. Tina Mundor. Tapatupe. Tiesil Kotal.
So we gotta kill that.
Shontal Ketye. Tina Mundor.
Shelshatar.
I hate that.
Genkanu kapuna? Sia shiatona. Batishalsa. Sopalkutye.
Let's keep the renown up. That's weird.
Di Kyuhosa. Shan Shoata. Di Kyuhosa. Sopalkutye. Sia shiatona.
Really? Ones?
Basi de Dulcin.
We got you though. Destroy a friendly argument. Apply composure equal to its maximum resolve to a friendly argument. That doesn't feel good. Force all enemy arguments and intents and arguments to target one of your arguments. That's fair. Like that's good. Gain 2 renown. At the end of your turn, remove all renown and apply that much composure to your core argument. That is neat. Still think scapegoat's better. First I paid tithes to get the look of paper, blah blah blah. You do look sufficiently poor. Darn right. Jakes have always had a foothold in the foam, providing goods from the mainland that are going through Supplicant City tithing. We've never been to Supplicant City. This map looks similar to the one that's the second character's place of business. The first character's place of business is different. God, I love this game.
Siaputia.
Sokotipia. Supikina.
So also the relationship thing, Brash will dislike you here, is super huge actually. Like people that love you give you such good bonuses, people that hate you give you such bad detriments. And then like and dislike are like on the road to love and hate. So but yeah, we'll convince. Threatening gives you more cards that help you if you have a hand of red negotiation cards, which are hostile cards. So the one that I have, these ones, threatening benefits these types of cards, which I've done builds with before and on the other characters, and it's like super powerful, honestly. But like, look at our negotiation deck. We only have 2 of these cards. Like, honestly, we want to cull our deck of these cards and probably go a non-threatening route. But yeah, threatening like would have made, yeah, exactly. Totally exactly. It's such a neat system they've built here. Zero cost for 3 renown is great. I hit you for 7. 8.
Pantocopia.
So we still only have, oh no, we have 2 stacks of 2. Like I don't, oh there, that's the number we want to pay attention to. Okay. Intense and target previews are hidden, so we want to kill that.
Sia shiatona. Sopalkutie. Genkanu kapuna?
I hit you for 7 on that. That was sick. That hurt though.
DQ hosa. Tina mundo. Tapatupe. Tapatupe.
Shampusha.
Ploy. Targets an opponent argument each turn for 2. That's fine. It's free. I can just end you. It's fine. So here's the thing. Here's the other thing of this game. You know you can win the fight, so try and make it so you actually get the most experience out of it. So like, perfect. I think we want to get rid of the red cards, so we want to up the experience of Brag. Brag and Brag have been upgraded. So here's the upgrade mechanic. So it's 1 to 3 renown 2. If you have renowned of 2, increase the maximum damage of this card by 2. So here's what it is. It's 3 to 3, which means it would be 5 to 5, like basically straight 5 damage. Or it's 5 damage and it could be 7 damage with renowned. But it expends, which means it's out of your deck. I think I like this more early because we have a tight negotiation deck. We don't want to expend cards. This one literally destroys the card permanently. It could be a 9 damage card, so we'll go with the expend because like we want these cards gone, not the green card. This one's interesting. We're not really working on a build that works on influence. So influence, if you have a stack of it in your argument wheel, makes your diplomacy cards that have like a range of damage always deal the maximum damage. Ours, we're working towards actually making them always deal maximum damage anyways. So not a thing. We don't want a hostile card, but gain 1 comeback. Whenever your core argument is attacked, deal 3 damage to a random. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Like, I don't want hostility cards, but this, like, getting hurt and dealing damage back is pretty huge. Okay, so okay. here's the thing. The different characters don't even have the same cards. Like, they're all different decks. Like, 100% different decks. Like, you wouldn't see these cards for the other two characters. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen these cards. Like, the second character has this whole thing with his gun that can, like, have charge or not charge, and there's cards that benefit if you have less charge, or there's cards that benefit if you have full charge. And the first character is, like, arguably the simplest, but also, like, I would say probably the most balanced or the most well thought out. Is, like, there's a difference between doing straight damage with, like, a bleed, where characters bleed a bit, or combo, which means, like, you generate a bunch of combo and then you play, like, a finisher. So, like a rogue in World of Warcraft or something like that. It's amazing. Yeah, no, totally Slay the Spire vibes. Like, the cards are geared towards the character you're playing. 100% subjective, I agree, but, like, this is borrowed some, I think, like, inspiration, a lot of inspiration, and I think that's perfectly fine. So I know I've said I don't want hostility cards, but this seems like a really good hostility card that we don't mind having in the deck. Like, we get a comeback, it expends the card, we don't mind. Comeback, like, getting hit, I don't know, it's a good card. It's a good card. We're gonna take that.
Tiempo, ma.
Pitchil hapona. Shalpasuta.
Sepiana.
Tapotasua. Pupotopa.
Another Cult of Hesh.
Ancesonetia. Pesapipia.
Didn't we already beat you up? No, we beat up Tima. Or, like, negotiated against Tima.
Sikipe, tolkelta.
Sekuse.
50 shills to get out of this. Intimidation. So this is another hostile thing. So we're gonna see our combat deck for the first time right now, because I'm gonna beat some sense into Delena.
Sieputia.
Sakapatian. Vacantity.
Yeah, I'm counting up my fingers.
Pasul Pashin.
Okay, we haven't seen my combat deck yet. You're about to fight a smith for the first time. Would you like to see a quick tutorial? Okay, unique mechanics. Yes. Whenever Smith takes damage on his turn, his moxie increases by a random amount between 1 and 2. Okay. At the end of his turn, Smith will heal equal to the amount of moxie he has. After healing, his moxie is halved down to a minimum of 1. Okay. Smith can drink various things during combat to have the different effects, but also add empty bottles to his discard. Empty bottles can be played to draw new cards or used by other cards for powerful effects. This is interesting. Okay, so we will probably dropkick then to get Moxie up and heal. Drink as an empty bottle to your discard. What's happening? You're not doing anything. So we'll hit you twice and probably drink. Actually, let's improvise first. Recover health up to the amount you have lost this turn. That's not bad. Let's do green juice. Favored by Hesh. All panic meters increase by 3 upon this fighter's death. Okay, well, you got no buddies, so that's fine. Trauma. Whenever owner is attacked, increase trauma by 1. At 10 stacks, owner gains traumatized and loses trauma. At the next attack against the owner, deal double damage and reduce this by 1. That's complicated. Expend this. Expend 1 empty bottle card from your deck. Apply 1 wound. And do some damage. I like that. We'll do some bottle smashing. Okay, so do I just like suck it up and take 6, or do I take 3 and heal 1? It's difficult to see whether. Oh, I have 1 empty bottle. I see. Okay, sweet. Okay, that's good. So, in combat, also, you have the opportunity to murder the people that you have beaten up, or you can accept their surrender. I generally accept surrender because murdering them affects, like, these guys have relationships with other characters in the game. If anyone knows that you murder somebody, they will immediately hate you. But there are places that you can murder people that other people won't know about. Like, no one knows they're there. No one knows you're there. You can murder them without consequences. A very, very interesting system. But I'm going to accept his surrender. Restore 3 resolve and choose a new battle card. Attack a random enemy, expend 1 empty bottle card from your deck, apply to impair. Impair is attack damage by this target is reduced by 33. Okay, so it's weakened. Signs of the Sojourner. I don't know when I'm gonna get to all of these, but it's great to have a list. I appreciate it. If my concern is I won't be able to actually play Cyberpunk on stream because technology, like my laptop is too old. But if I am able to, it'll probably be that. If I'm not able to, I'm going to dig deep into this list you've given me. So this adds more empty bottle. This doubles the empty bottle cards in my deck. This adds 2 empty bottle cards to my deck. This one does a bunch of damage and impairs. This seems super good.
Susatekel.
Kiosacio. Oshapo.
Sisilpe?
Keshasa.
Patatie.
Kotoldu. Entionate. Shiatona.
Sumakaso.
Beating him up pissed her off. Or him? I can't tell. Which is fair. It's 2020. On the way back, we're getting interrupted. You're minding your own business, carrying a valuable crate of contraband goods when you're approached by some riffraff. Spree. I can't remember what the spree are. They're basically just criminals.
Ushokuma.
Let's do more battle. Hit me for 3, huh? That hurt. Gain 1 power. Oh, it costs 1. Power is like permanent damage increase for this combat, which is pretty sick, honestly. You want to take one of my empty bottles? I don't give a shit. Oh, they changed it to Boon and Bane now. That's cool. If I kill him, I get this card. It's pretty nice, actually. But I don't like to be a murderer right away. Not on my first playthrough of a character, at least. 2 resolve. Okay, I like this. Ooh, though. Sludge is pretty good. Well, honestly, if you're gonna do... Well, that's just awful. But if you're gonna do one of these... 2 impair. It's 2 turns, I guess.
Tomenato.
Mahalsi.
Shakunapa.
Shiosasid.
Kepepo.
Mahalsi.
Sabiaku.
Lushelko.
Again, 1 up? I don't... That's a new thing for me. I don't know what that means. I think the health is more important now.
Popatana. Sia hatapa.
Ishomu.
Tasapen.
Tansapikana. Kua Solhuan.
Sipiaka. Sepian.
Sitamokolte. Sukioko. Sinsukelsia.
Shomesa.
Teltitape. Kolsaso.
NPS. Alsilso.
Sukioko.
Dalosaki.
Teltitape.
Oh, he likes me now. That's why. That's what that weird thing was. So these orange ones are limited time, so you basically get to pick one, and you don't get to do that one. Pop-up fighting ring around here could be a good place to hone your skills. Party at the beach, you love parties. That is the meeting, and that is the store. Let's go to the fight club. It says hone your skills. I assume it means we get to free upgrade one of our combat cards.
Kutape. Pansoshoa.
Upgrade 2 random attack cards or upgrade 2 random maneuver cards. Blues are maneuvers. Oranges are attacks. I think we benefit more from upgrading our attacks.
Sikapol.
I was hoping Splinter would get hit, but oh well. So our basic bash. It going down and then doing 1 bonus per card played sucks. So we'll just do an expend. I think 3 impair might be better. Like a straight 5 damage is good, but like losing 2 damage to apply impair for 1 extra turn is pretty good.
Kisotse?
I've seen you before. You're in the other campaign.
Lushelko.
Tolkelta. Pashal.
Tansa Pikana. Mahalsi.
Miasashiasu. Sikipe.
Kolsaso. Tetonapo?
I'm gonna convince you that I'm cool.
Bakapa. Sia Shiatona. Di Kyuhosa.
Sitamakote.
Tapatupe.
I don't want to gain renown this turn. Nor do I want to pay 5 shield.
Shuatota. Kiakol share.
Cajon?
Takia Papo. Tina Mundo. Sopalkutie. Sia Shiatona.
Kokieshe.
Sound like you said fucking shit.
Sinsukelsia.
Tina Mundo. Di Kyuhosa.
Honestly, I don't hate having a like very passive turn.
Shiosasit.
Well, you getting some armor sucks, but
Kuaka Seshwa.
I should have played a different card first. I don't like destroy. Our deck's still light. It's cool. 10 composure. We'll do draw. I like the composure on the renown. What? Another comeback is pretty good.
Kokoshe. Siaputia. Sopetate.
Koasolhuan. Lushelko. Koasolhuan.
Kepiakiol.
Teltitape.
Dalos. Sikipe. Pansoshoa. Sia Hatapa.
So we can get rid of cards. This is awful. Can't afford it anyways. Wizard Strain. The damage of this card cannot be increased. Adrenaline is... This is neat. But I can't afford mostly anything there.
Show mesa.
Let's get rid of one of the bullies.
Mia sashia. Dolsaka. Tiempo, ma.
Alright. I should have looked at this first. That's so weird, like, you want to take damage thing? It's so weird.
Talesia?
Tolkelta. NPS.
Sotsi. Petoshake. Tosha.
Alright, I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm pretty pooched.